Hello everyone, and welcome to the second royal reading of today. I am back with another Crow Tarot deck on the tarot table today. This one is a very dark and sinister tarot deck. I'll show you. It is the Murder of Crows Tarot. Very dark. Some of the imagery is quite disturbing. Apologies if it does upset any of you. But anyway, it called to me today. I'd actually put it away and decided I wasn't going to use it on this channel anymore. But today it put its hand up, or its little wings up, and said, read with me, please. So we have it out on the tarot table. I listen to my intuition. That is how I do these readings and basically how I live my life. So we're going to look at a rather nasty story now today, which is all around and all over. And this is Netflix, and I think it's the final season of The Crown. And they are busy reproducing the fatal accident in that tunnel in Paris in grisly detail, the car anyway. And so a lot of people are saying that Harry looks like a total hypocrite right now. How does he feel? He's taken millions, hundreds of millions from Netflix, and yet they're going ahead and doing this. He who said it ruined his life walking behind his mother's coffin to the funeral, now Netflix is basically reproducing the whole thing. And not only that, but also his appearance in a Nazi uniform at a fancy dress party. One speculates that perhaps he might be assisting Netflix if he's not totally opposed to this. This is the gist of the reading that I'm going to do with the Murder of Crows Tarot. We're going to be looking at this. Is he opposed to this? Is he terribly upset? Or does he think, well, fair and square, because they're going to blame the paparazzi for Diana's death, and they're going to blame William and Catherine for the Nazi uniform, as he did in his book. So he could be completely on sides with this and think, well, people need to see this because this is what the paparazzi did. I'm speculating, and let's remind you as I shuffle that it's all speculation. It's tarot for fun and entertainment. It's opinion. It's speculation. It's archetypal energy. And there is, of course, a disclaimer in the box below. So I'm going to do a Celtic cross. I'm going to look at this from Harry's point of view. And we're going to find out how he feels about it, what's going on behind the scenes, how his relationship with Netflix has been up until now. What's next? Are we going to see more Harry and Meghan, more mockumentary, or is it going to be a separation? How does he really feel about that scene? Yeah, I know I always say one more and then there's 25 more, but I need the cards to hop, and now we're hopping, so we're good to go. Put them back in, cut the deck, and so it's just a Celtic cross, as I said, and I'll talk you through it as I go, and just have a look at this, because honestly it doesn't look good. Doesn't look good. However Harry might be justifying it to himself, it looks pretty bad, and it must be upsetting the rest of the royal family immensely, all of them. And we have read on these kinds of stories many times before, but these stories go round and round and come back in with a slightly different spin on them. Well, not spin, but just from a different angle. I'm not accusing anyone of spinning anything here. Yeah, okay, well, that is a telling card. The Three of Swords is not as gruesome as it might be, and as it certainly is in some other tarot decks, but the Three of Swords is the card, literally, of heartbreak. Those three swords normally going through someone's heart, piercing the heart, breaking the heart. It's betrayal, it's sorrow, it's pain. It's pain that hasn't been healed. And so there we sit with a very telling card, and it's a card of absolute heartache, as I said. So that's the underlying energy. No matter what else comes up in this reading, that card is sitting underneath it. So let's see the situation from Harry's point of view with Netflix and with this latest season of The Crown, and the depiction of his mother's very, very unfortunate death in that. Yeah. We have the Tower. We have the Tower, the Tower in reverse. It is a situation, the Tower is a shock, and certainly that death was a Tower moment in his life, and of course in everyone else's life in the royal family and around the world. It was one of those moments that kind of changed the world, changed the energy on the planet to some extent, and it was a Tower moment. The card is in the reverse, but that tells me that it's a shock that he hasn't recovered from. Reversals are open to many different interpretations. Intuition comes into play, and for me as a tarot reader reading that archetypal energy, I think that this is a situation that he cannot recover from. He has not recovered from, despite all the therapy that he claims he has been in. At some level he hasn't managed to resolve that. For whatever reason, we're not talking about therapy here today, and I am not a therapist, I'm just speculating. So a shock, and I think that this Netflix situation is a shock for him as well. That is my opinion, that this has come out of the blue as an, oh my word, they're actually going there. It was fine when they were going places that might upset his father and make his father look terrible, or anyone else, the Queen, Prince Philip, anyone else look dreadful. But don't do this, don't go there. What is crossing him? What's the big problem? We've already got some serious problems on the tarot table. I'm trying not to turn the card over. What is the big problem for him? What's crossing him? And what's crossing him is his father. The King of Cups, the King of Cups in reverse. That's a water sign man, a water sign king. We have one who's on the throne. He's about to be officially crowned. And he knows that this is going to do harm to that King of Cups. Very serious harm to him. Does he care? I don't know if he cares, but we have tremendous emotion in this card, emotion that is unresolved emotion. Whether it is Charles's emotion that is going to be stirred up again and hurt him again, it's going to hurt William as well. William could also be in that King of Cups. It's certainly going to upset members of his very close family, male members of his very close family, but it could also be his own emotions that he has not mastered, that he is not in control of, that are being stirred up, because that is what the King of Cups in reverse represents. Emotions that have basically represents emotions that have not been mastered. So what's going on behind the scenes? Is Harry all for this? Doesn't look like it from what I'm seeing so far, but let's not prejudge the cards. Is he all for this? Is he collaborating? Is he advising? Or is he trying behind the scenes to stop it? Or is he burying his head in the sand and trying to ignore it? What's going on that we can't see? And we have got a Queen of Cups. Wow. The Queen of Cups has shown up. She's in reverse. That is the mother who has passed, who passed in that accident. His thoughts are all about her. I'm not getting conspiracies. I'm not getting giving advice. He might be, at some level, he might have told them stuff about her that he can vaguely remember, or that people have told him, that he's dredged up. But this is just all about emotion. This is all about unresolved emotion. I'm asking what's going on behind the scenes, the hidden energy. This card in a Celtic cross is really what's beneath you, what's beneath the surface. What are you walking on? Your foundation that you can't see, your subconscious. The mother, the loss of the mother. We've got both now. We've got the parents who have shown up, Harry's parents, and the Tower. Tower also is a divorce card, just saying. This is a have to have a lie down afterwards kind of a reading. And we haven't got very far. So what is his goal right now with Netflix and with this season? And we have the Wands, and we have a Queen of Wands now has come out. We got the whole cast of characters showing up now. We got Megan's showing up fire sign woman, a Queen of Wands. She often shows up at the Queen of Wands, who wants the drama, who wants the attention, who wants the Netflix docuseries, who wants it all. Who's tried very hard to create herself or rework herself rebrand herself as Diana too. So his mind, conscious mind, is on Megan and what Megan wants and Megan gets. Megan wants this. Megan wants this. He doesn't. This is causing him agony. And I say that word advisedly. Agony. But Megan is all in. She wants this. So how has his relationship been with Netflix up until now? How's it been going? Recent past. And we've got Temperance card. It's all great. Fantastic. It's just brilliant. He feels it has helped him at some level. It possibly has helped him with her. That has just brought some peace and calm to the home. It has soothed the situation. It has healed the situation. It has balanced the situation. He feels, whether it is with her or them, those water sign men in the royal family and anyone else in the royal family, he feels that it has at some level helped improve the situation. He is deluded, in my opinion, just my opinion, that he thinks that this has helped the situation, it has helped to heal the situation, but he genuinely believes that our deluded darling boy, who is in a world of pain, believes that it was all for the good, that Netflix docuseries, the mockumentary, that it really helped to heal the situation. What's coming up next with Harry and Netflix? Is he going to be making Harry and Meghan 2, season 2? Or is he going to be severing ties? Or is he going to be ruining the day that he ever heard of Netflix? Well, that is the Hierophant. That is the Crown. The Crown is going to go ahead. In the Netflix series, the Crown is just going to go ahead. It's certainly not going to be stopped. He has no say in it. We're talking about Harry and his relationship with Netflix when we get that card. I think the Crown wins is the saying, but I don't mean in this case the actual Crown wins. I think the Netflix series, the Crown, is going to win this round, and Netflix is just going to steamroll over whatever feeble complaints he might utter about this. Not going to be heard, not going to be noticed, because they are just going to carry on. I'm not getting royal family energy at all from that card. I'm getting Netflix. Want their money, want the status that this series gives them. It is their, what do they call it? It's not flagship. There's another fancy word for it. Tentpole. Is that the word? A series that they produce that's brought them glory, that's brought them millions of subscribers and tons of money. They're not going to get rid of it. This is how they define themselves. And so good luck, Harry, if you're trying to get it stopped. Moving on to that actual unfortunate scene itself that they are reproducing at the moment in the tunnel. How does Harry feel about that? And we're going to have to do some black markering. Right, got the old marker pen out. See what the machine thinks of this. The World in Reverse has come out. The World in Reverse. And the World in Reverse is a story that goes round and round in his head, an unresolved story. That's basically what the world is. It's a successful completion of a story when it's upright at the end. You can move on now. You've had your journey. It's had a happy ending, and now on you go to a new story. But when the world is in reverse, you can't move on because you haven't finished the story. You haven't done the work. You haven't had closure on this story. So for him, it's opening old wounds. We've got the Three of Swords there. We have got all kinds of grief and sorrow in this World card. It's telling its own story of publicity as well, because for me the World card in these royal readings is about publicity. He doesn't want publicity on this. This is negative publicity for him. This is private. This shouldn't be shown. And never mind, again, as I say, his invasion of other people's privacy and the very unpleasant things he's told about other people. This he objects to. He absolutely objects to. It really is going to a place where he does not want to go. Be quite interesting what effect this all has on him, actually. I didn't think to ask that in this reading. Is it going to trigger something for him? Seeing all of this again as an adult, if you could call him an adult. Because emotionally, in my opinion, my inexpert opinion, he is not a mature adult emotionally. So what pressure is he under right now? He's under a ton from these cards. But let's have a look and let us see what pressure he is under. And it is the Death card. The Death card. The Death card in reverse. Such a literal card. A death that hasn't been resolved. A death that hasn't been processed. Very obviously with that card. It doesn't usually mean an actual death, but here we are talking about an actual death, unfortunately. And yeah, it's an unresolved death for him. I think he still doesn't understand how it happened, and he still suspects and thinks there was a conspiracy, and is never going to be satisfied with the official explanation of what really happened on that dreadful day. So there's that, but also, of course, the Death card is his father, the Scorpio. It's in reverse. Charles has come out twice in this reading now, and the third time really with the Hierophant, which is the royal family. It's very much on his mind, his father right now. His relationship with his father, the impact this is going to have on his father. We've got another toxic card for his father of doing his father harm with that Death card in reverse. Death means endings and change that you don't want, that come along. It's similar to the Tower, and we've already got the Tower in this reading. And now we've got Death. In reverse, it's not being able to let go of something, not being able to end something and say, okay, I'm done with that. It's closed. The book is closed. So lots going on with this Death card. But one of the things, again, the theme of this reading is unresolved issues that he can't let go of. He can't say, okay, I'm done. It's finished. The end. Let it go. Move on. He cannot. And that is his own psychological pressure. So when I'm saying, be interesting to know what outcome this Netflix series will have on him personally, psychologically. It could actually, he could blow a gasket as a result of this. The pressure is building and building and building. It's building and building and building in this reading. Perilous times for the prince, the hapless prince. So his hopes and fears of this rather long reading. Hopes and fears. We've got the Fool in reverse. Oh my. Another card that tells us the same story. And I saw this card pop out when I was shuffling on the tarot table. Card in reverse at the same time, or then as well. Not being able to start afresh. The story going round and round and round. We've got the World in reverse and the Fool in reverse. The ending in reverse. Not being able to end something. Not being able to close something. Not being able to start anything new. He fears this. But I feel also that he fears that he looks like a fool now, because he's been so loud about privacy and toxic, social media and the royals and how evil they are and everything else. And now he is associated with a contract and with millions of dollars with an organization that is going all out to cause maximum pain to the royal family. And he could do it, but now he's taking money from them and they're doing it, and it's hurting him directly. That is the energy that's coming from this reading. It is hurting him directly, and he knows it's making him look like a hypocrite. So, or he fears it's going to make him look like a hypocrite. So what is going to be the outcome for Harry of his association with Netflix? Now they have chosen to go down this path. It's not going to be good. 3 of Wands in reverse. 3 of Wands upright is a joint venture that's doing swimmingly. It's expanding, it's growing, it's bringing blessings and money and new worlds and new excitement, but it's in reverse. This is going to wither and die, this association. It's going to shrink him as a human being. It's not going to grow him as a human being. It's going to shrink him. It's going to shrink him into himself. It might cause him to lose other deals. It's not going to expand. It's not going to bring dividends. It's not going to bring the expected reward that he thought when he boldly went there and signed that contract all those years ago under the guidance of Megan and her business team in California. He looks like a fool, and it is ultimately going to come back and bite him. It's a bit of a boomerang energy in that 3 of Wands for some reason, because it's normally waiting for a ship to come in or watching your ships go off. They come back. But they might come back with things that you don't expect. And that is where the boomerang energy is. This has been a difficult reading. Not for me so much, although it has been quite hard going. But for the person we're reading on, who hasn't got anywhere, in my opinion, on his healing journey. I would say hasn't even truly started it. This might trigger some sort of healing with that Tower card there. But it's going to be harsh for him if these cards are anything to go by. And of course, just to remind you, they are just cards. We're doing this for fun. Disclaimer in the box below, and thank you very much for watching. I'll see you again tomorrow.